Hello, my friends. I've been preaching a lot lately about the value of slowing down. Slow down to speed up. Well, I had a powerful experience a few weeks ago. I was traveling, I was in Iowa. If you're familiar with the Midwest, about 2 weeks ago, we had a week. Every other day was very strong weather. We had flooding, we had tornadoes, hail. I mean, it was crazy. And literally, it was on Monday, on Wednesday, and on Friday. Absolutely crazy weather. Well, on that Friday, I found myself in Monticello, Iowa, which is in the heartland of Iowa. And I was doing some training. I got done about 12. I think I left there about 12:30, and I was heading east. I have to figure out my directions. I was heading east. Well, the first thing, I mean, I knew there was a storm coming in. The weather people have been talking about it, for 24, 48 hours. So I knew it was coming in. And when I was at my stop sign, I took a right to go east. I looked west. Oh, it was coming. It was coming. So as I'm traveling east, I've had about a 40-minute drive. I said to my husband, I said, well, I hear the storm is going about 35 miles an hour. So if I go 65 miles an hour, I can get ahead of it and stay ahead of it. I mean, total logic, right? Well, there are a few things I didn't really take into consideration. Like a storm travels straight and I don't. A storm doesn't slow down for the speed limit and I do. So anyway, on my travels, my 30-minute travel on this highway, I saw two weather vans. I lived in Iowa for 30 years. I never saw a weather van. Then again, I wasn't really on the road when there was severe weather. But these weather vans, they had the antennas up. They were facing west. I mean, they were ready, right? So that was just kind of different. I mean, okay, we got some weather coming in, right? Well, then I get to Dubuque. And I got to my friend's house. I had to drop something off real quick. I got to her house and the first drops of rain started to fall. Just big old drops, kind of slowly. Thought, okay, I didn't get ahead of it. There is no getting ahead of it, right? Well, then my bladder called and said, you need to go, empty me. So I ran into a grocery store. I emptied my bladder, and when I came out, it was raining a little harder, but enough that I didn't need an umbrella to run to my car. Okay. And then, I needed to stop at Staples because I ran out of toner in my printer. So it wasn't really bad. I'm okay, right? And really my only prayer was I'd rather be someplace safe during this weather than not. So dear God, please, when you're driving on the road, where do you go when you're out in the middle of nowhere on a highway and there is severe weather? Well, I got to Staples and I took my first step into the building and the downpour began. And I kind of laughed. I'm like, whew, okay, I missed getting drenched there. I took a few more steps where the toner's located and the sirens were going off. And when I turned around and looked out, and of course, Staples has like glass windows across the whole front, right? When I turned around and looked, it was black outside. This was about, I don't know, 2 o'clock-ish, quarter to two. It was dark. It was so dark. Sirens were going, and I just kind of paused and looked around and thought, is there something like I should do as a customer, or what are they doing? Are they nervous about this? And everybody was about their business. The workers were scurrying a little, but I kept shopping, right? And then I thought, you know what? I'm gonna just stay here until those sirens stop. Well, then the workers came by and they said, let's all go to the back of the building. Let's just sit in the sheltered area. It's supposed to last about 20 minutes. I thought, you know what? I can do this. Before I even got to Staples, actually, when I was on my route from Monticello to Dubuque, my heart was racing. I was very, very shallow breathing. I was very like stressed, right? Because I wanted to get ahead of the storm and I got to be safe and I got to go to the bathroom. And do you ever get that way? Do you ever forget to breathe? Like deep breaths? When we do that, we're not giving our body or our brain the oxygen that it really needs. It was so relaxing for me when I was at Staples and I decided I'm waiting it out here. It was so relaxing. I finally took a deep breath. I knew I was safe and I could finally breathe and just slow down. Just slow down. Slow down and be smart and wait the storm out. There was a little hail, but it didn't damage my vehicle. And I spent the next 2 hours and 15 minutes traveling home in no rain. It was all east of me. Oh, I saw it and I had the radio on and I heard all of those alarms and alerts that would come on every 20 minutes or so. And it would tell me tornado sighting here. And I know where I'm at enough that I knew I was out of harm's way. And there were some doozers of tornadoes that went through that area. But I traveled home. The sun was shining off to the west. I had my sunglasses on at times, a little raindrop here or there, but nothing until I was 10 minutes from home. And then the skies opened and it dumped. And 10 minutes later, when I was at home, there was nothing again. So, my friends, I know, I get it. I want to get ahead of the storm as well, right? And there's so much going on and there's so much happening. And that take the breath and focus in on slowing down so that you can speed up later, so that you can go the speed limit on your way home because there is no rain, no hydroplaning to worry about, so that you can speed up your productivity, so that you can speed up in the things that really you want to speed up in. Don't forget to breathe today. Don't forget to slow down. I'll see you next time. I hope this topic has challenged you to think differently as you strive to grow from success to world class. Please follow this podcast, share it with your friends, and follow me and Unity Consulting on all social platforms: Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, and our website, unityconsultingllc.com. I look forward to connecting with you next time to challenge your habits so that you are more efficient and fully empowered.